So I got a pallet. I've already got my saw out. I cut the ends off because it's just easier. This is a heavy duty pallet. It's got the 1, 2, 3, 4 boards. The outsides I cut off. So now I'm taking these off. And I got Rock 104 in the background. It'll make some noise. And usually out of this pallet, I'll probably get half of these boards because the other half are gonna split on me. Like that one, she's got a split. When I cut that down to its regular size of 1.5 inches, I'll get one out of that. It'll break. So that's that. Here we go. Halfway there, pain in the ass. I got these split. I gotta take these some bitches out. We'll do that next. It's coffee time. All right, the pallet's broken up into its components. Now it's time to take this shit apart and hope these all go into my nail bucket, not on the ground, because my shop is also where I park my car. And you gotta watch it because tires ain't cheap anymore. I mean, even go to Walmart, shit's expensive. So get all of our little nails out, and little sons of bitches right there. You can't see it, and little nail heads. They wreak havoc. I haven't made a flag in a while. I haven't done a vendor show in like forever, just because my work schedule and the other things I do in the summer. So I want to try to hit a couple this spring, but I need merchandise. So we're gonna take these, see what we can come up with. Sometimes I leave the nail heads in, like if they're not poking out on the back, like if they're just out here in the front, I'll leave that in there. And then when I sand it down, or sometimes I don't, just leave it rusty. I think it looks neat. Just depends. But we're gonna take all these little nail heads out. So everything's nice and pretty. And this is where I start looking at the pieces of wood, seeing if I should even do this or not. Because sometimes, see, they got these cracks in them. And I know as soon as I try to cut that up, they're gonna split. And if it looks like that's gonna be the case, I'll do this anyhow, clean them up, and I'll make slats out of them to use on the back of the flag to help hold things together. So I try to use everything. So like that one's a piece of shit. He's gonna be a slat. You know, if I'm going through the effort, I try to use everything that I can. I just don't like waste. Sometimes I use boards that I shouldn't, you know, I'd make it. All right, the pallet's been taken apart. This is our finished product. As you can see though, some of these aren't the same width. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 boards. I should get 2 slats out of each one for the flag. I need 13 slats. So I got to go through here, figure out what I got the most of. These little thin guys, but these thicker guys. I do keep a backlog of stuff outside to fill in if I don't have enough of either the thin or the thick. Because if you try to combine the two, the flag, it won't be even. And sometimes that's not a big deal. Sometimes it is. But this is what I'm left with right here. And next will be to figure out what I'm going to use. and then start making a lot of sawdust. Perfecto. All right, now we got all of our pieces. It's time to put them together and make a flag. All right, got plenty of pieces of wood. Typically when I'm making a standard flag of mine, I got it measured out to be 36 inches. That's just what I do, 36 by 19. Most pallets accommodate that. This one, however, was a tad short. So when I'm coming in on my 36-inch line, I'm gonna be falling short. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to pick out the best, the longest, that's what she said, and we're gonna try to get it as close to 36 as we can. We'll see how it works out. All right, we got our 13 slats out. They look good. Like I told you earlier, this guy here is just a little short on the depth. So we're gonna switch him out. We're gonna put this guy in. What that does is the union is going to be in this corner. That's the blue with the stars. And when the stars are laying on there like that, I want that to be nice and flat. Because if it isn't, what's going to happen is you're going to try and glue this in here. And that's going to be like, it's going to be off, it's going to be crooked, it's not going to sit right. And I'm not going to be happy with that. So this guy's coming out. We'll use him again, another flag, slat or something. So that's what it looks like before I do anything. Next, I'm gonna sand it down, get some of the burrs off of it. This is oak pallet wood, so I try to burn it with my torch, but the oak just doesn't look as good as using pine. But we'll see how it turns out. All right, what I've done at this point is I've just used palm sander. I think it's like 80 grit. And I just do a light coat across that just to get the burrs out of it. Knock down any of these spots where there was nails sticking up. What I'll do next is I like to take the boards and I look at them and try to get them dark light, dark light, dark light, depending on where they lay in the flag. That just helps the color a little bit. I've also trimmed up this end to get me a nice flat edge on this side. I'm coming over here and measuring. We're gonna get 35 inches. That's the shortest board. So we're gonna take our square. I'm gonna snap that. All right, first two boards, we got our line snapped. We'll lay them in here like this. Bring that out like that. Line that up like that. Bring this down, bring that out. I got everything cut down 35 inches, everything sanded. And then, like I said, I take the boards and I kind of arrange them by color for the lines, for the stripes. Red is at the bottom, so I use a darker, it just looks better. And then light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. And I try to do that all the way up through there. I also try to do instead of putting it here, that's not too bad. But what I'll do is I'll put that at the bottom or at the top. That way it's not as noticeable. But right now we're gonna get the torch out. We're gonna put a little flame to it and we'll do the best we can. Again, this is pallet oak. It's hard to really get the grain out of this. Burnt wood, I told you earlier that sometimes wood just doesn't take the burn too well. And I think it's hard to see, but this piece here just didn't look as good as I hoped it would. I turned it over because sometimes you can try the other side, but it was the same way. And then I do flip the board sometimes. Like this here has a nice little knot in it. I really like that. So I'll flip the board over and we're gonna go with this side. Overall, it didn't turn out too bad. I wish I had one of them influencer kits. I could hang this phone up and show you the whole process, but I'm doing everything one-handed right now. So there we go. We got the boards stained, or not stained, burnt, and the The paint will come next. I just spray paint. It's not a big thing, but I bought this shit at Ollie's and I would suggest against it because it is crap. It is crap paint. I mean, look at this red. It's just when you spray, it just bubbles and dribbles out. I mean, it's absolute bullshit. Go to Lowe's, even Dollar General sells decent paint, $4 or $5, you know, and that's just all I use. It's just spray paint. But yeah, this is garbage. All right, moving on. It's about to get loud up in here, yo. We need to get us into the air compressor business as we're getting ready to put this old grill together. And behold, all the components. Once that paint dries a little bit, we'll snap our finger and that'll all be together and we'll get us some stars. All right, we flipped it over, put the slats on the back. So we got a solid flag. Next up, stars. And with that, we have ourselves a completed flag. I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna spin it around. I will put a wire hanger on the back of it. When it is completely dry, I will hit it with some polyurethane spray typically. I tell people if you buy these, they're gonna last a long time if you hang them indoors. If you put them outside, put them somewhere where the weather's not gonna directly hit it. The stars are just glued on there. They will not weather as well as the rest of the wood, and you may lose one when the temperatures change and they might pop off. But if they do, you just a little glue and it'll pop back on there. So once again, thanks for watching.